Heated shenanigans, working stiffer than mannequins. Vader time like a mannequin. Mega powers, I'm savage and peep the babbling. Got him shook off the verbal acumen. I'm the main event, meaning nobody coming after him. The topics we be tackling, ankle locking and tapping them. I hate seafood, but I might throw the Boston crab on him. You know sometimes it gets heated. You know sometimes it gets heated.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back into Heated Shenanigans Podcast, live stream of Friday Night Smackdown. Go home edition to Bash in Berlin. Hopefully everybody out there is doing well right now. Looking forward to having everybody here in the chat with us. Wait for a few more people here. All right, so we've got Naya and Tiffany making their way to the arena here. Brett will be here momentarily. Brett had to run and do a couple of errands that were unfortunately late arriving. Good evening, Craig. Craig, always good to see you in the chat, sir. I hope you're doing well out there. Big night for SmackDown. Hopefully Brett gets here soon. I hear Brett coming in now, so. We got LA Knight making his way out. Man, what a week. What a week in professional wrestling. You guys see the thing with Nikki Bella happened? I think it was earlier today, or it might have been yesterday. I'm not really sure about that, but the domestic violence issue. That's never good. Chase, brother, it is good to see you. I hope you're doing well, brother. Say again, guys, for those in here, if you have not already, make sure to drop a like on the video. Sharing is caring. Share the stream. Also, make sure to drop a comment in the comments. We love answering your questions. So please ask away anything you want to know, anything on your mind about the world of professional wrestling or life in general, just as long as it's respectable. Drop it in the comments below. And hopefully soon Brett gets in here. Also, guys, in the comments, let us know. What are your predictions for Bash in Berlin? Who's winning and why? You're going to need a chair, boss. We're not doing the stream. You're sitting on my lap.
Oh, well, I mean, I figured you might like that. But getting in here. Hello, everyone. Hope your night is going swell.
Go grab a damn chair.
I'm so exhausted. I literally could stay standing at this point.
Craig, watching the TNA Emergence on TNA Plus. We're on at the same time as they're on at the same time as SmackDown? Is Emergence? It's been a while since I've watched TNA, and I've been a little bit out of the loop for TNA. Is that a pay-per-view they're running tonight? I do like the new LA Knight t-shirt. I think we're doing the open challenge, though, at Bash in Berlin. I hope he has a long title run. Don't let this be like a one and done. Craig, yep, it is a pay-per-view. What's the card look like? Chase, U.S. Open Challenge will be Ludwig Kaiser. Woo! That'd be a spicy take. I would be torn. Okay. I like LA Knight. Chase and I were fortunate enough to be at SummerSlam to watch LA Knight win. But damn, I'm torn. Like, I want Kaiser to be a champion at some point, regardless of if it's Intercontinental or heavyweight. I think in the future, Kaiser would make a phenomenal heavyweight champion. Just all the gifts, looks, and intangibles to be a top guy in the business. Say a couple of days ago, we did our fantasy football draft, and the trades are starting to come in, and some of these are absolutely ridiculous. When we go to commercial break, we'll go over them. Guys in the chat, any of you guys out there playing fantasy football? If so, how'd your teams go so far? I really hope LA Knight does not lose this title. I was on Twitter just like a few minutes before the stream. We're behind on this feed for SmackDown, right? Because I had saw something with Nia in the street fight. Oh, Chase, I think he's been watching the. So yeah, SmackDown it's already happened, right? Like we're getting this as like a it's either an hour behind or it's already concluded. Card looks awesome. Main event is Nick Nemeth versus Josh Alexander, 1 hour Iron Man match. All right, let's go. Let's see it. That alone is worth the time and the money to buy the pay-per-view. I do like that LA Knight t-shirt. That is a sick shirt.
I think I know what shirt you're talking about. I actually like it a lot too. Sorry.
As Brett makes his way in.
Phone's going nuts, guys. I'm gonna brag a little on this, okay? Because it was a day.
It was a day. It was a good day.
I sold my very first ever car to somebody today, so that was quite the experience. Heck yeah, man. Getting a lot of calls and texts of congratulations. Haven't heard that in a minute.
Oh, cheers here. I have to admit though, like when we do these streams, I've got to start tanning because like I look albino sitting next to you.
Everyone says that. It literally though, if I haven't been out in the sun, which is very rare, but if I haven't hit a tanning bed, which I haven't done that in quite some time, I still naturally just have a dark complexion. It's the Italian in me, bro. Italian.
Yeah, I tried getting this on the TV, but it would not recognize the location. So I don't know if I did. I might have done something wrong. It's entirely. We could kind of look it over once we wrap up here. But I do like the shirt. What I don't like is the battery power. So this should apply. As long as it sits on the charger, we'll be all right.
Oh, I think that we can definitely get it streamed on the bigger screen.
When we go to commercial, we'll see. But anyway, so Brett, I wanted to ask your opinion on something. Did you see LA Knight continues to cut this incredibly long-winded promo. Have you seen the Jon Moxley clip from AEW where he drops the ominous line, "This is no longer your company," to Tony Schiavone?
I did.
You think we're going to get Shane McMahon now? Is this a step in that direction?
Oh, no. And now what I took it as is he was saying, like, back back when maybe he beat Jericho, or maybe even before then, he said he was like giving the whole, I'm not with WWE, this is my company, as I thought he was saying that this is not his company anymore. I didn't realize he was addressing that to Tony Khan. So I
No, Shivani.
Oh, to Shivani. Yeah, so I was under the impression he was just implying like he's going to kind of do his own thing and not be so much an AEW guy, but could be wrong.
Could be wrong.
Obviously. I didn't really know how to feel about it, especially when I think it was Marina Shafir maybe was joining with him. Like, we were in the Blackpool Combat Club, so I'm just very confused with what exactly is going on.
I mean, it's up for interpretation how you feel about AEW, the product that they've had recently. I mean, I feel this would be a great episode to discuss as well, but is an invasion angle the right idea?
They need to do something. Who's invading?
I mean, presumably the WWE. They're going to go back to that. Minus the star power. Like,
I don't know. Once again, as I feel like I've said on more than a few times, I'm so confused at where some things are going. Like, you know, I don't love the idea that Priest lost the belt. I'm
jumping
make an example here, but Priest lost the belt, and I said, why is he not going to just go after the title? But it's like he openly said he's got other business to attend to before he gets back to the title. So what I'm getting at with that is MJF, the only thing he really said was that when Ospreay is in his biggest moment, basically when he is getting the shot at the heavyweight title, that's when he was going to strike. That's fine. But that aside, it's like he shifted gears immediately from Ospreay to Daniel Garcia. And I'm just like, we're all over the place with this. Claudio and I think Wheeler, I think it's those two, and definitely Pac are now the Trios champions, which, once again, Death Triangle was the Lucha Brothers and Pac. I get the contract situation with those guys, but where are we keeping what's the word I'm looking for? We're not
continuity.
Yes, there you go. We're not keeping to that. So I get so confused in some of the things that they're doing. And yeah, the matches are great, but I'm like, where am I at with this story? Like, I'm all about mixing stories together as long as they're mixing and making sense,
logical sense.
Like, yeah. But yeah, I'm just confused in all of that aspect of it. I really am.
I had mentioned earlier, I believe that SmackDown we're on a delay. Like I believe it's almost over. Because I saw something on Twitter prior to coming on here and doing the stream for a match with Nia and Tiffany, which obviously we are roughly 14 minutes into the show, and we have not gotten to that match yet.
Oh, yeah. So this was pre-taped.
Yeah, because they're in Germany right now.
Yeah. Like I read about something about that they were doing pre-tapings and all that stuff. And Bash at Berlin starts at, I think, 1 or 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon for us. So I don't know why I was thinking that was going to be at night.
I was hoping it was going to be at night, but I mean, even though it's not, what were your thoughts? Did you wake up to watch when it was in Australia and it was like at 4 a.m?
No.
Yeah.
No, I forgot. And again, I think that was one of those where I just missed where the time start was. So when I woke up, I was like, when does this start? And I was like, oh my God, it's over. So at that point, it was just not opening any of the spoilers because those always seem to be a thing.
I mean, I'm good with not getting spoilers, though. Craig, they did a Sid tribute on SmackDown just when. Have not seen a tribute to Sid on SmackDown. I know on Raw they did take a moment to honor the late Sid Vicious. Okay. Sid obviously is not in the Hall of Fame yet. And it's a shame. Like, okay, there are a lot of guys and girls that should be in the Hall of Fame. The way the WWE Hall of Fame works, it's a political game. Like if you have angered the gods in the office, you getting in is going to take a longer time. There was the incident with Sid where he did Arn Anderson. And obviously you could imagine that made Ric Flair feel a certain type of way. Arn Anderson is pretty much his brother. So I don't know. And Hunter and Flair have had a good relationship for decades. I don't know. Sid should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. I think it's a no-brainer. It would be very sad to see him go. It would have been nice to see him going while he's with us. Waiting now that he has passed. Come on, like, can we put some of these people in while they can give a speech? They can actually say thank you and enjoy the moment that they have sacrificed and worked decades for. Because in your opinion, where would you put Sid all time big man?
Myself?
Yeah, where would you put Sid?
Oh man. I think if I started thinking of a list of it, there would be about 10 big men in there. But as far as when I was growing up, I mean, you know, prior to Kane, obviously, even because I would say he came probably after Sid left again.
Yeah, around like Sid might think had 3 runs with WWE.
Sure, yeah, but I'm saying even before Kane came in, I think he was already gone again. But I definitely remember growing up, and it was like Taker, Sid, Diesel, Razor. Like I do remember these. So
Dre, you're too kind. Just checking in to see you two fine and distinguished gentlemen.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that comment.
Tonight is made completely possible by Dre. So again, huge shout out to Dre, invaluable member of Heated Shenanigans Podcast and the director of sales for Heated Shenanigans Podcast as well. That's our main guy right there. That's the captain. But we got Kaiser and LA Knight going at it here on SmackDown. I am in no delusion. Again, we haven't watched spoilers. We don't know. We're watching this organically for the first time. I have zero worry that LA Knight is in jeopardy of losing this title.
You're changing after what we discussed? Look, if it's anybody but Jacob Fatu, yeah, he's going to retain. And I love me some LA Knight, but if it's Jacob Fatu,
he's cooked.
I think the Bloodline just got another title. So that's about where that's going to be.
I forgot that very, very good Evolution take.
Yeah, it had to happen. Even if I was genuinely worried when I realized that Trips was the only one, I think at one point, without the title. Like everybody had.
An Evolution?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, he's going to be hot if he doesn't win this.
That was at Armageddon, right?
They won all of them the night at Armageddon.
Because Orton won it first when he beat Rob Van Dam.
Yo.
And then Flair and Batista won Tag Team Turmoil.
Yeah. A lot of people don't remember that. But, yeah,
and then
they were the last-minute edition of Tag Team Turmoil.
And then
sorry, Dudleys.
And then the Dusty finish to get the tag belts. Or no, the Dusty finish to get it onto Hunter, where they yanked out Kane and let him pin Goldberg.
Yeah, that much I don't remember because honestly, as much as I was a big Triple H fan, him and Goldberg just did never have good matches. There always seemed to be something off in those.
Do you think that's more of a Hunter did not want to have a good match with Bill Goldberg?
At that time, sure. I'll go with that. Yeah, at that point in time, I definitely think that's the case.
He definitely didn't want to have one with Scott Steiner.
Yeah, those were pretty bad matches too.
I don't know, just back to the Sid comment on the big men and where he ranks. I would put Sid probably in the top 5 greatest big men of all time. For me is Vader. 2 would be Bam Bam. Kevin Nash is in that top 5 as well. I think you got to. It's too soon to rank a Bronson Reed, Ivar, Braun. Though Braun very impressive in his own right. I'd put Sid probably in the top 5.
Yeah, his gimmick was Psycho Sid. That music, his eyes, like, yeah, that was enough.
And the weird thing is, like, he was a click dude. Well, not like full click, but like running buddies with Shawn.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have bought him some grace to get in the Hall of Fame.
I feel like he's got to go in now this year. As the timing is not the best, but I have to feel like he should be going in this coming year.
I mean, WWE tends to have like a theme for their Hall of Fame. They had the headliner, they put in one dead person,
a celebrity,
a tag team, and a female. That's normally the WWE construction of Hall of Fame.
And they have their Warrior Award, but I think that always goes to someone that's a non-wrestler as well.
Oh, 100%. I will say, though, the crowd in Berlin, absolutely phenomenal. This is a great crowd to wrestle in front of.
I think every place that they go international at this point is going to be absolutely insane, because the small talk finally that they could be getting these bigger pay-per-views, like, yeah, they're gonna literally generate all of this money and stuff. Like, what was it, London or something they went to?
London, yeah.
For one of the pay-per-views that got a huge reaction. Like, I mean, I still kind of question, I know it's not right to say, but I kind of question not having WrestleMania in the States, because I feel like now you're asking a lot of people from the States to go to another country that maybe, they wouldn't do. But I could be completely wrong there.
I think you're spot on.
But you're thinking of expenses already just to go to Mania, then the expenses to go out of the country.
You're more likely to, and this is going to sound bad, and I don't mean it to sound bad, but you're much likelier to sell out WrestleMania in another country because of the rarity of it being there.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to being in the United States, where things are a little bit different. But again, we're getting WrestleMania here in like a year or so in Indiana. So thank you, whoever made that happen. Probably Pat McAfee, but it wasn't. Whoever it was, thank you from all of us. They're definitely letting him go. The LA Knights had a pretty good amount of time on SmackDown here. We're going on almost a half hour.
So that man can go. He can go. Both of them can, for that matter. But
Kaiser, I'm saying in a couple of years, Kaiser's going to be. I think he's going to be something special. Just that Randy Orton mold with a little bit of Alex Wright sprinkled in and William Regal.
Yeah, he's got to stay a heel for sure. Like, he just gives off that aura of it. Like, we love William Regal, but God, that man was an amazing heel. He was an amazing heel.
I don't know if I look at Kaiser and at any point think that guy could be a believable babyface. He just has that face of a heel.
Yeah.
It's got that punchable face.
Yeah, I figure that's where you're going. That smug, sarcastic look all the time.
Well, okay, to be fair, Orton had that. And now look at Randy Orton. Beloved by all. Yeah, I think probably in about 10 years, Kaiser's going to look completely different, probably from a physique-wise.
Yeah, he's got a great look now. I can't. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, LA Knight try to get the BFT. Good punches, too. I like the punches by Kaiser.
Weren't you saying the other night you hated how I threw punches or something like that? Shooter.
I don't think I don't tell you threw your punches.
Somebody I thought said something.
No, I said your punches got better over time. That's what it was.
Whoa. Thanks, buddy.
Not that they were the drizzling.
Listen, sometimes green beans are just trying to, get a little bigger and stronger. So they struggle.
You got probably one of the cleanest punches I think I've seen lately.
Thanks, man.
And the sound.
Two things came from that. One,
legitimately doing it?
Well, no, I meant two things came from it. One, I was told not a lot of people are good at throwing punches, so if you're not going to be good at it, don't do it. So I worked on getting good at it. And also, because I'm such a little guy that I figured, why am I throwing anything but a fist at somebody? Because I just feel like I'm not doing so much with anything else. But I am a mean-ass European. I will put that. I about threw my shoulder out more than a couple times.
LA Knight picks up the dub. BFT over Ludwig.
Maybe Jacob Fatu won't answer it. Because if they're really milking this walking boot thing, then maybe not.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see
him beat LA Knight with a walking boot on. Because that's kind of impressive if you're really hurt and you go out and whoop somebody.
No, I mean, if you're building this monster in Bronson Reed, I would kind of be interested in Bronson versus Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I could see that.
Get like a nice little monster thing going on. Oh yeah, Michael Cole moved to SmackDown.
Well, I was actually reading that it's supposed to be Michael Cole and Corey Graves, and it was going to be Wade with the new guy, which I thought was kind of interesting, but Wade's got, I
don't know if I'd like that pairing. The new guy with Wade. I mean, Wade's a good commentator, but I don't think he's better than Corey Graves.
I mean, I was always a Wade Barrett fan, so I'm a little impartial there, but I like them both equally if that were the case. I see your point, though. Corey's been doing it longer, but I was just letting you know. I did read that they said when these changes happen, it was supposed to be Wade with the new guy, Cole and Graves, and then as soon as Pat is back, it's going to be Michael Cole and Pat again. Which I don't know where that leaves the new guy, unless he's going to be short-term, like the last 5. So
the last 5.
I was going to say 3, but I started thinking, I was like, well, we had Mike Adamle and
Adamle was horrible.
Yeah, and gosh, what did they say? Arnan or Aziz, something like that. And I was like, I forgot that guy was even there.
Couldn't we all?
Yeah. So
I think Cole and Pat McAfee now are, in terms of chemistry, it's a modern day King and JR.
Yeah, they let Pat just kind of go off.
I would have loved to have got in our lifetime prime JR and Pat McAfee calling a match.
Oh.
Or for that matter, Pat and Lawler.
I thought that's what you were going to say. I was like, but I guess they're both the same. But that would be hilarious. They'd both be firing shots back and forth, just shooting on people. Oh, man.
We're getting a nice little promo package of Randy and Gunther.
Oh, yeah. I had a thought about this literally on my way back. So, not sure if we're talking this yet, but it's right in front of us. I'm starting to think more and more. This here, prime example. We're talking about Randy when he was younger, how he made his mistakes, how he did this, how he did that. And then it hit me. Maybe Randy does win. You know why? Because I'm pretty sure you can say, Gunther, you were the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion.
And the shortest reign.
Shortest World Heavyweight Championship reign in this modern era. Because technically him and Randy both would only be at a month. But it's like Randy gets redemption. He takes the shot. Like, you know, you won it, but you lost it too.
I mean, that does put Randy at 15.
It would. That being said, though, I had to stop and go, oh, wait, we're in Germany. So.
Look, WWE is not above having the hometown guy or girl do the job.
Vinnie Mac isn't there so much now. But.
Jordan, welcome. Thanks for joining us, Jordan. So since Zach won the X Division title, when does he defend it on NXT? It's a good question.
Well, there's supposed to be a match between, I'm assuming we're talking about Wentz here, between him and Wesley coming up on NXT. So I could possibly see somewhere where Wesley ends up winning that from. I mean, maybe call it a stretch, but just throwing that out there.
That's a possibility.
Really thought Joe Hendry was going to do it, but we could do the X Division title, and it wouldn't be anyone's heavyweight title being touched. So
that is thunder, too.
Oh, yeah, there's storm rolling in.
Guys, just a reminder, watching with us, make sure to hit that like button. Great free way to help the channel. Subscribe if you have not already subscribed. Got some big things coming up here on Heated Shenanigans Podcast. We'll make sure you're able to appreciate them with turning notifications on. Question of the night. Do you all believe in Joe Hendry?
I believe in Joe Hendry. Was that close enough? Sorry.
That was close.
Like everyone says that. My brother doesn't even watch TNA. He's like, he keeps up with, WWE product. He says he doesn't even watch AEW for that. But he says, man, he goes, tell me who this guy is. And just right there caught me off guard. He did that exact same thing. And I was like, are you kidding me? He goes, that guy is over. I was like, I lost it, man. I was like, you don't even watch this. And Joe Hendry got all the way to you.
That's reach.
So, yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Well, give us a quick bit here as WWE goes to break. We're going to pop out here for a little bit, and we will see you when they come back from break, guys.
with Roman and, the Usos and now Solo Sikoa and, a few other family members that has yet to join the crew. I think, to me, I'd have to say the Bloodline era is probably the, best era in this family moving forward, and, because of just how the times have changed, and, what the kids have done to be able to, I love it that we have our Polynesian people out front and center, and we're not that, stigma of, being animals. Like, we got college educated kids in the front line, kids that can speak, kids that, we do wear shoes, our ways of our cultures of wanting to be the best. And with Roman and, the Usos and now Solo Sikoa and, a few other family members that has yet to join the crew. I think, to me, I'd have to say the Bloodline era is probably the, best era in this family moving forward, and, because of just how the times have changed, and, what the kids have done to be able to, I love it that we have our Polynesian people out front and center, and we're not that, stigma of, being animals. Like, we got college educated kids.
All right, guys. They're back. SmackDown's back, showing their nice little gift shop they got set up here in Germany. Honestly, the shirts are probably a lot better than what they offered us at SummerSlam. Those SummerSlam shirts were rough. We could have had a lot better options. Jordan, Ethan sucks. Believe in Joe Hendry. Ethan, put on some clothes. Craig, next pay-per-view is Sunday. Yeah, guys, let us know. What are you guys thinking about the possibility of an presumed invasion angle amongst AEW with Shane McMahon at the helm? Because we got our Nia Jax promo, and these came back just in time for Nia Jax.
I think I need to leave again. Oh yeah, that's right. There is that's right. They got Bash of Berlin, and then it's I think it's No Mercy or something like that for
Hell in a Cell.
No, that's for WWE.
Oh, yeah, we're talking NXT.
Yeah, they said there's pay-per-view Sunday.
Steve Macklin just beat Eric Young. Dude, Steve Macklin, not enough people are talking about that guy. Are you not a Macklin fan? What?
Feel the same. Hey, man, I mean, we all got our opinions.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
It's not like I used to just take like 2 seconds to look at their entrance or like the start of the match, and I was like, I have zero desire here. But it's kind of like once I started to give people time, then assess it, and I just can't get behind it. There's some few others, but I don't even want to say names right now. But it's like, Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, whatever. I would literally make sure I tuned in to watch one of his because I felt like he brought the vibe and energy that HBK did. Because when I was growing up, I had to tune into his matches. Love Bret Hart, but still, I had to tune in to an HBK match.
So you were Team Bret over Team Shawn growing up?
Well, I mean, I was named after the man, so yeah. That was all about Bret Hart.
Man, a blind allegiance to Bret Hart.
It's all about Bret Hart.
Los Garza?
But you just reminded me of one thing I was going to say before we went to commercial about the heavyweight title match. But I think, too, Bret versus Austin. Austin covered in blood. And they said that was the night, like, Stone Cold basically got over with the fans, if he already wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, that was the moment where they went from booing to kind of cheering, So isn't Gunther going to be heavily cheered and favored in this match? but we're not going to boo Randy, right?
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
that's a good point.
I'm kind of wondering, like, if Randy does win, is he getting booed out of the place? Sure.
Oh, no. Though.
But see, Gunther isn't technically from Germany, I thought.
Austria.
Which is what? 2 countries southeast? Okay, just making sure my
Geography is on point.
I was great at math and English, and apparently geography too. High five, bro.
High five.
Love that.
So, I mean, that is an interesting dynamic. What if they do boo Randy Orton and they do cheer Gunther? Do they work it how Hogan Rock did? Do we get that match? Like, Randy, like, just goes, embraces the heat. It's one match. Interesting thought.
I swear I seen this footage. I don't recall reading it, but it popped me because you said Rock and Hogan.
Uh-huh.
And it was like those two, obviously, some of the greatest, I don't want to say something, you know what I'm saying, the top greatest performers, entertainers, whatever we want to call. But what got me was, as great as that match was, Hogan was saying, Rock looks at me at this point in the match, and he says, "You're the face now, brother." And I started laughing. Hogan's like, "What?" He's like, "Because I got this NWO thing. Like, we're trying to invade." And he goes, and Rock just goes, "You're the face now, brother." Mid-match. I was like, God, that's so good.
We got a double. Well, I wouldn't say the double turn. We got Hogan to turn face.
Yeah, well, they kind of turned on Rock, and we're going Hogan. But yeah, by the end, it was, I mean, both faces.
Chase said Shawn over Brett.
Oof. It's funny because, you know, I've been told that I, for being an admirer of Bret Hart, that I do next to zero technical wrestling, if you will, like submission style and stuff like that thing. I'm more of the HBK style in the things that he did, from flamboyancy to moveset.
As somebody that has called and set up matches with you in the past, and a direct quote from you,
"Oh,
Scotty, we ain't chain wrestling. I fucking hate it."
Well, now I'm never getting signed.
He's evolved.
I know how to chain wrestle.
I know you know how to chain wrestle. You are a very good amateur wrestler. But you just have a man. You're not getting any
word for word
go behinds or double leg takedowns out of Brett in his matches. But you will see some of the best athletics you'll ever see in your life. Which, funny enough, guys, that we are talking about Brett and his wrestling ability, because coming up Saturday, September 21st, Lafayette, Indiana, House of Heat Pro Wrestling returns with Homecoming, a benefit show for good family friends of the podcast, Travis Kinley, who unfortunately lost his 4-year-old son to cancer just a few short weeks ago. Our hearts and thoughts and condolences go out to Travis and his family, and we're using this show as a way to help raise a little bit of money to pay off some of those medical bills for the family. So if you're in or around the Lafayette, Indiana area, come on out. The poster alone does not do it justice. This is not remotely the full amount of talent we have, but already featured on here are international icons: Dale Patricks, Josh Crane, Eric Dillinger, GCW staple Shane Mercer, NWA Power Star, former Power Star Missa Kate, who recently is just been on AEW, in addition to Heather Monroe, David Ali, who's also been on AEW before, Laney Luck GPA, my man Brett Havoc here, and so many other talents, guys. It's going to be a phenomenal card. Tickets information are available on House of Heat Pro Wrestling Facebook page and Eventbrite as well. Make sure to get your tickets while they last. And Craig, up next, TNA Emergence is Misha Slamovich, Alicia Edwards, and Ashba Elegance versus Jordan Grace, Spitfire, and a 6-woman tag team match. You excited for that match? All right. We can talk about something else.
No. Hey, no, shout out to Masha, though. I got a chance to be in probably about 10 different locker rooms with her, and she is definitely a gem to be around. Good people.
What up, Oos? The Samoan, I love that name. The Samoan Watchman. That is a great name.
Yeah.
I hope you trademark that before WWE gets their hands on it. That is a hell of a name. I love that.
They put the eye patch back on Tongaloa.
Hey, it's only 50% watching.
Well, no, but I'm saying then they call out he's the Watchman. They took the eye patch off, you know. There was
100% ones to the sky.
always the ones.
Hey, New Year. Hey, thanks for stopping in, man. Again, if you like what you're watching, man, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button to help us out here. We got a lot of cool content on here. Make sure to check out our shoot interviews. We have had Mandy Rose on, Kurt Angle, Eric Bischoff, Matt Cardona. We have a slew of shoot interviews on this channel. Victoria, Devon Dudley, Teddy Long. I could be here all day with all the guys we've had the opportunity to speak with. Just so, hey, we appreciate that, man. The Samoan Watchman, man. If you got a channel, let us know, and we'll return the favor here. I freaking love that name.
Yeah, that's good.
I love that.
Yeah, it is.
The Samoan Watchman. God. You better get a trademark on that before WWE does. I will say,
that was good. That was good. Corbin needs to keep that. That was good. Can we get a replay?
Speaking of Samoans, we are in discussion with potentially having not Jacob. That'd be great. Zilla Fatu. Come on, we're working on making that happen. Close, not official yet, not official by any means, but we're trending in that direction. Which hopefully we can, because that would be phenomenal to sit down with Zilla. Had the opportunity to meet him at. Oh God!
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Baron. Oh, Baron.
Umberto Carrillo.
Oh,
Berto. I hate calling him that.
Oh, he got rocked.
You know how I feel about getting flipped upside down in the ropes.
Oh,
that was
that's a career ender. That's a career shortener, one of the two.
Whew.
But at SummerSlam, the aura and the presence already surrounding Zilla is remarkable, because when that man stepped into the hotel, at the time, JBL was standing in there. I don't know if he was going to check out or whatever, but turns, looks, they went over and embraced. But Zilla is as advertised. That dude is a machine. Chase, Zilla versus Shane Mercer for House of Heat. Woo.
I know Mercer ain't gonna turn that challenge down.
That, all the stars for Chase, all the stars. The thing is, like, oh God, oh knees, Nam flashbacks. How long do you think before they do sign Zilla?
I don't know. Honestly, I think that it's slowing down now.
The scheme for the bloodline?
I don't think that they're bringing any of them main roster. That is no discredit to what those guys can do. I'm just saying, I think that they've got what they need now with Jacob Fatu, and they should probably slow down, because who's going to come in and fill an even bigger role? You know what I mean? Doing the things that Jacob is doing. Also, the rumor mill be swirling around that they think that the new bloodline is losing steam as they're trying to continue the storyline.
It is hard.
Oh, hey, new blood.
We got a new Bloodline promo as we sit here and crap all over them.
Well, she's like 90 pounds. Sorry, that she's tiny though. Like she's tiny is what I meant.
Alicia Edwards got knocked out cold, had to be helped to the back by Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, I mean, when she was like managing for Eddie, that was one thing. But when I seen she was like working, I was like, man, Candice LeRae is tiny, but I think Alicia Edwards looks smaller than her.
Do you, on the Bloodline thing, do you think what is hurting it is, again, I don't mean this disrespectfully, but the lack of major star power within the group now? Like, there is no Roman, there is no Jay. Jimmy had star power. Sammy, the honorary Uso, isn't in the picture anymore. Are these elements hurting the overall growth, or do you think it's better to try and go through these growing pains as a group and see what happens and not break glass and, all right, we got to bring Roman in because this isn't working?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that a lot of the storylines that were discussed, or groups, again, as you were saying back then, from like Nexus, to that's all I'm thinking of right now. But the point is, they had said how they were like, as we were trying to get off the ground, they just split us up because they didn't know what to do, or it wasn't going the way they wanted. I think that with these guys, even though everyone is giving Tongaloa a hard time, I think that they leave them together to get the growing with the original Bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've got the name, they've got the credibility. If anything, the fans just don't know who they are because they're used to seeing people coming up from NXT and doing all of that. I personally love new people just showing up.
I mean, they're giving it to you with the Bloodline.
Sorry, very long-winded. Got me on one.
Let me tell you something, brother. Bloodline story needs some red and yellow to really kick things up a notch, Jack. That's what they need. They need Hulk to come in. That needs to be the leader of the group, Hulk.
No, man.
You think he's got one more run left?
Run? He ain't running the ropes.
I wasn't talking figuratively. Or literally, I was talking figuratively. Like,
no.
Do you want to see Hogan's 90th retirement match?
No, it's not even that. I'm just still going through the NWO on WCW 97. Yeah, 97 is where I'm at. And, brother, those promos were long. They were turning the music on this man, and he was still talking.
Hulk's got to get his stuff in. Like,
oh, yeah. You haven't been on any of those shows where they say, hey, if your music hits, your promo's over. If you keep going, so-and-so's coming out and whooping your ass.
I've heard those conversations. I'm going to say, like, nobody's going to cut Hulk's time. Like, so have you watched, in your time for the Monday Night Wars, have you got to World War III yet and watched it?
Yeah, I just finished it the other night. Man. Were they really getting the fans back then? Because Sting was 5 inches taller, at least, going over the top rope. It was pretty obvious that it wasn't Sting. So, yeah, I got there. I think I know where it's going.
So that's the year Scott Hall won, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah, boy, it gets interesting from there.
Yeah, I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I had a feeling when I seen that. I was like, oh, I think I'm piecing this one together.
It doesn't even get to that.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm
just again, I was watching Sting go over the top rope. I'm like, it's Sting.
No.
Really? You should have got somebody closer to his size. Put Buff under the mask or something.
Let's see, the channel running wild, dude. Been a fan for a while, Jack. Whatever happened in the Cowboy and Dawson? So I don't know. Okay. When Chase had like his long hair, like that I'm incredibly jealous. I'll never grow anything remotely like that.
Yeah.
He looked very similar to James Vanderbeek from Dawson's Creek.
Handsome guy. I mean, why not? That's a compliment, I would say.
Say Chase hears that, you're gonna become his favorite wrestler twice over. But no, and
Everyone's favorite wrestler to hate.
No, Mike had this great, the towel gimmick. Loved it, absolutely loved it. But no, they'll be back soon. We'll get something set up here. Carmen Jackson, hi, first time on this channel. Well, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully, wherever you're watching at, you're having a good time, enjoying SmackDown. And if you're in the Midwest where this horrible weather is taking place at the moment, hopefully it's not interfering with your evening. But again, for everybody that's popping in here that has not already, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It is a great free way to help the channel grow and reach more people. And again, sharing is caring. Make sure to share the stream on social media, Facebook, wherever you enjoy your social media. And if you've not already, take a browse through the video library. We've got plenty of great shoot interviews with Sandman, with Francine, Kurt Angle, Eric Bischoff, Matt Cardona, Mandy Rose, Devon Dudley, Rikishi, and a lot more coming up. TNA titles are up next. Casey Navarro and AJ Francis versus Chris Bay and Ace Austin. You worked Ace Austin, didn't you?
Yeah. More than a couple times, yeah. He's cool. I've actually I got a trading card.
Of Ace Austin?
No, gosh. No, of him and I. Thank you.
Okay.
But yeah, like we literally were walking like to each other to talk over the match, and he was like, "Did you see?" And, like we both just had him in our hand. He's like, "That's so awesome." One was a picture. I've got him up on my shoulders, and then another was he was throwing a kick, like one of his spin kicks, like mid spin. Really cool though. Yeah, it's just funny. Good guy to work with.
I do want to mention, again, there is like pretty gnarly weather going on outside. So in the event that the stream drops, we apologize. Not sure how the power is going to go during this, so we'll see.
All of our lines are underground. I think we're okay.
We've only got an hour left.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say we only have a forest of trees right here, too, that I didn't take into consideration. So, a good chance one of those may come down.
But yeah, that's reassuring.
Oh, wait, that's right. We have people above us.
Yeah, it'll hit their place first.
Yeah, with all due respect.
Do you think, okay, so do you think WWE should be doing more with the GM rules? Like, again, I hate the fact that brand supremacy only matters around Survivor Series. It does not matter any other time.
So I personally like having the GM because it's just like, otherwise, who is playing that figure?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that I would miss more of the heel babyface GM, from Heyman to Steph to Teddy, you get it, to Eric Bischoff. Oh my God, my father hated watching Eric Bischoff as the GM. And I was like, Eric is the biggest babyface in the world right now. So I think with the competitive nature with Pierce and all this, it keeps everything even, and we just focus on the show instead of the power trying to fuck everyone. Sorry.
Okay.
You said keep it light and a drop of meth.
There's a lowercase up.
Yeah.
Lowercase up.
We want that boss that is just nice to work with. So I like the competitive nature of it. I also think that Nick Aldis should get at least a chance to, wrestle a couple matches, because he's jacked. He's so jacked still, even under that suit.
So 2 years ago at Squared Circle Expo, had dinner with Nick and Mickey. And TV does not do that guy justice for how large he. You heard the term in the bodybuilding world, boulder shoulders.
Yeah.
This dude looks like he is a very modern day version of Lex Luger. But I will also say, in real life, Nick Aldis is one of the most kind, down to earth human beings you'll ever want to come across. Was very happy to see that WWE gave Nick Aldis a shot. And obviously he's proving that was unbelievably the correct call.
Yeah. I've actually got his book in there too.
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's something about how to build your body or something. I'll grab it on our next break. But yeah, man, it's a good read. There's pictures of him when he was like tiny Aldis, and then pictures when he was Brutus, and then later even bigger Brutus is Nick Aldis, you know. It came to be.
As we get ready for our face-to-face confrontation with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, Brett, do you think at Bash in Berlin, should we have the baby versus baby clean finish because Cody doesn't get clean victories? Or do we do a swerve and a Kevin Owens heel turn? Doesn't have to end with a title change, but maybe post-match assault.
Man, here's where I think baby's where we've got to go. Because KO is going to be our aggressor anyway, so he's going to play our heel in that. So I see a baby match. Cody wins. They're good because KO isn't turning on Cody. KO is going to turn on Randy. Because if Randy wins or doesn't win, Kevin's going to be mad either way because they were supposed to be tagging. That's where that's going to go. But we may not even see KO turn heel. I just think you want to see Cody get beat up.
You're right. But so, I mean, it makes sense. Like, if Gunther and Randy presumably should be the main event at Bash in Berlin. So, I don't know. Like, you could make an argument the show could close with it's the WWE title, so that could close out the show.
No.
I think you've got to go
Gunther's your main. And honestly, just watching them right now in the ring, Cody wins clean, and then the bloodline gets involved. If they don't get involved before the match even ends. Either way will lead to KO's frustration later on.
I don't know from a standpoint in storytelling, if you're going to go back to Solo and Cody, you would think Solo would win this next exchange.
Oh, I mean, we're not going to see the match. I just think they might get involved. Unless they have completely swerved over to Roman, but they took him out, so...
He was starting to get too over, so they had to stop that.
Yeah, he's got to go after Cody.
Roman and Cody can't stay on the same ring. They can't. Like, this is Hogan Savage or Austin Rock all over again. I mean, granted, WWE made Austin Rock here, two of the biggest stars to ever live.
Well, their third match isn't going to have a clear winner either way. Because that I could see happening after this match with these two guys. Bloodline wants to get involved because they want to come after Roman. So I think that's where you're at with that story.
WWE only ran Austin Rock main event 2 years in a row, right?
Oh, no, I think they only did it that 1 year.
Well, they had the match. They faced at 15, right? But they had the iconic one at 17. Because I think 16 was the McMahon in every corner.
It's 17 or 18.
And they didn't face Hogan, Austin. Or no.
Why are you pumping facts?
Rock, Hogan were 18.
Come on. Where's Dan? He's dropping knowledge in here, giving
Dan
us fun facts.
Dan and Dustin, historians here. I love the farmer's tan on Kevin Owens. It's about the only thing I have relatable to Kevin Owens.
Hey man, you gotta wear it with pride.
You do.
Or go tan.
I also feel like Kevin Owens is that type that is like absolutely unfazed by losing in matches at all. Like he's that good. Like very similar. He's cut from the same cloth as Scott Hall. They were just bulletproof when it comes to losing because they knew in the end how to look good in defeat, maybe even better in defeat.
I mean, sure. That's why I was saying KO is going to be our aggressor for sure in the match. Because even if he's losing, he's definitely going to put a beat down on anybody he's in the ring with. Like, that's just his matches. That's what makes him entertaining.
Chase really has me thinking about that Zilla versus Shane Mercer match.
Well, I could always touch base with the man right now and ask him how he would feel about it.
Zilla?
Oh, no, I meant Shane.
Oh.
Got you.
It's like, Brett's got that type of stroke and he hasn't said anything yet.
Jeez, I dropped an F-bomb.
I am surprised this is scheduled midway through the program. This could have closed out the show for a good segment.
I don't think that they were going to announce it, but yeah, I knew about
it. It is not a Cody Rhodes feud if you don't bring up Dusty.
I mean,
I get it.
The man is a living legend.
I get it. Craig, don't know if it's said on SmackDown, but Randy Orton signed a contract extension with WWE. Now, that man is going to retire in the E, as he should.
Yeah, I think Randy had released a statement on it saying that he extended for X amount of years, and he was like, not saying I'm retiring then. I'm just saying I want to finish my career here. And it was like, yeah, we better.
We bet.
Because of what I was trying to talk about earlier, and that's your knee and what happened to it on this tour. Look, man, I know you're hurt. I know you got hurt. You know, I know that because every night after the shows, I get text messages from people backstage telling me, "Hey,
this man
he's limping real bad."
Ripped his pectoral muscle for real. Why do we have to make him be hurt all the time? That was enough.
Trying to do what you did 3 weeks ago when I asked you for this match in the first place. You didn't want it then. Kevin, do you still think you don't deserve? You know what? No, it has nothing to do with that. First of all, if your knee's fine, how come you didn't take a knee like you always do during entrance earlier, huh?
Ooh. Some loud thunder as soon as he said that. Jeez. Me too. I think I shed a tear.
You also had the most lackluster title reign of all time. Unfortunately, you deserved better. KO deserved a better run.
Sure did.
Kick a minute.
It's anger.
Ooh.
It meant that I was going to blaze a path, that I was going to leave people in the rearview mirror, my friends included. I couldn't take everybody with me. You knew, Kevin, WrestleMania 38, when I came back, the biggest night of your career, you versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the next day, you had to share the spotlight with me. I reacted too, Kevin. But let me tell you something. I love you, dude.
Cody. Whew. Felt that.
I'm about to ask you, because tomorrow at Fashion Berlin, Kevin, I am going to defeat you. Nothing will be taken about it. When it's over, Kevin, will we still be friends?
Man, you know that was real. You can't say anything about that. Cody said that, no hesitation, straight on through. Whew, that hit me through.
Why is everybody whispering in Cody's ear? Why is that the thing to do?
Listen, sometimes we just like sweet nothings whispered into our ears. I just want to know what was said.
Now we got to figure out what he whispered in his ear. We don't know what Rock whispered to him. Corbin and Apollo Crews. It is good to see Corbin back on a main roster, though. Just think what could have been. He could have been a world champion.
Yeah. I know someone in particular who doesn't care for him either.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see this tag team being together much longer, though.
Are we getting a heel Corbin?
I was talking about A-Town Down Under.
Oh, sorry. I
think we're playing seeds here. There's a ripple.
But again, who's making the turn?
Oh, I think it's got to be Waller.
Yeah. It's got to be Waller. Who's coming out right now?
Andrade.
Oh, I wish they would have changed his music. His old music was way better to listen to than that.
I do like the mask thing that they're doing.
Yeah, all about that.
You know, I miss
Who's that, my friend?
Shinsuke.
Man, I miss AJ. Shin is the man.
All right, guys. Well, going to commercial break. We will see you when they come back. All right, guys, welcome back. We're in the final hour for SmackDown. Pretty good go-home episode. I think the main event's going to be the, oh boy, Giovanni Vinci promo. Boy,
Shoot.
I wish they would have shot him out of the company. What were we talking about before this man completely took up valuable time?
Well, I was just gonna say they ran this before and didn't really let it get off the ground. But
Oh, yes.
what was his moveset? I just remember them doing Imperium stuff.
Laying on his back to take the pin.
Oh,
The lateral press. That was his offense. Is he facing Vinci? Is that what this is going to?
no, it's Mello.
I would like to think if Mello was on Raw, he would be better positioned. Raw's just over there building stars. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Chad Gable.
I think at least the winner of this should be probably getting a shot at LA Knight, which I would be okay with seeing either of these two face him. But I'm just glad to see him both getting TV time.
Right.
Mello's been kind of up and down, like you were saying, since he came on the scene.
It started off hot. He had that match with Cody.
Yeah. And honestly, I can say just because they were a team down NXT, but Trick and Mello, Trick's kind of been treading water now here lately too. He had a short title run, and now he's just going in to be a special guest referee. So
it's weird because the main roster is congested, and these guys are just going right at it. I do like him. Oh, yeah, Andrade.
okay. That was like 3 full rotations.
I think it was Andrade and Johnny Gargano in NXT for the title. Chef's kiss.
Oh, yeah.
But that was the thing, like Johnny Gargano showed up. He was Mr. NXT. I don't think anything good comes out of this particular spot. Oh, no, nope. Would you take that?
That didn't look fun at all. Oh, man. You know what, though? He made it make sense because he grabbed him by his arms and pulled him up. Like I said, why am I going to hang there for you? I don't want to get stomped out. That was good. Very well. I think the rain officially hit. Now it sounds like it is.
Wait, I hear it. Shane, get back to you?
Not sure. Nope. Sure didn't.
The hell, he might be asleep. Oh, no, he's probably working. It's Friday. Think he's doing a show?
It's a good possibility.
Man.
So I believe these two had faced each other already, and they each won a match apiece. So tonight is like their third match. So who do we have going up in this?
They both need it, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah.
I'd say Andrade needs it more.
And see, that's where I was. I think Andrade wins, but I think Mello needs to win. If that makes sense. He needs that win more than Andrade almost.
Interesting. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Craig filled us in with some stuff. Pause. Ace Austin and Chris Bry are still tag team champions.
Chris Bay.
Chris Bay.
It's okay.
What did I say?
He said Bry. You said you just reading it back to the teleprompter.
Amen tag up next. System Moose, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, JDC versus Hardy Boys, Joe Hendry, and Santana. Scott Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe's going to get the dub. I do like the ring apron for SmackDown, though. That is some loud thunder, too. It's weird to think like how young WWE's roster is. Like so many young future legends on this roster.
Yeah, I mean they're building up pretty good. I don't know. It's tough to say that Hall of Fame though. You know what I mean? Because like I think back to when we would see guys that would just be jobbed out to the guys who actually had a spot and the ones that are like completely forgot. Like we were discussing the Nexus and I was explaining where like half of those guys aren't even in the business anymore.
No.
So it was just like, you know, but they had a decent run for, you know, that time. These guys obviously been around for a few more years, but will they get to that status of it? Or are they our modern day mid-card guys, if you will, you know? But I think they're giving everybody a chance to get to that level.
So it's safe to assume Cody is going to obtain the John Cena spot at some point.
As far as title runs?
No, I'm talking about the face of the company.
Ooh. I mean, it's got to be. I can't imagine that meeting for him to come back didn't some way those words were mentioned that he was going to be the new poster child. And I'm okay with it. I was not happy about how he was treated on his way early on.
But I mean, he's going to need a Randy Orton to his John Cena. Pray it isn't Solo. I'm not trying to see Cody Solo best of 7 series. I'm sorry. I do think that there was a little bit of seeds playing. I think Carmelo could be a good foil to a Cody Rhodes down the road. Which I say that now because he's working the mid-card against Andrade.
Oh my God.
God, it's just power.
Yeeted that man. I know you really want Randy and Cody to have this.
I do.
I don't. But who would oppose him? Man.
You're talking about a WrestleMania level match?
I'm talking, you got me thinking like Dusty Flair. Those are some, you know. So, is Gunther the guys at some point where those two just have these all-out battles? Or is someone more sized up with Cody? That's the question of it.
Depends on the story you want to tell. If you want to do that underdog Sting Vader story, you go Gunther.
Man, I didn't realize that he about kicked that man's teeth in.
Oh. Also, Bronson Reed could be a good possibility of that. Is he going to... Yep.
Ooh.
That was a good sequence there.
Oh, yeah. It looked like he almost landed on his face.
Wow, they get 3 commercial breaks for their match. They're blessed. All right, guys. Since they're popping into commercial, we're going to dip out for a little bit. We will be.
So during the pandemic, that's when I started doing it, when TikTok became really popular with the dances. And my mom lived with me for a little while in my townhouse. And, you know, she was like obviously unemployed at the time because of COVID. So I would like throw my mom in a lot of these dances. So my mom just recently like actually said, she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did these dances with you. She's like, I look terrible. How'd you make me do this? So I actually laughed because I would like force her to do them with me. So I'd say like those dances that I used to do, the ones that were really trendy, were a lot of fun. I did them like I did some multiple times, which like I don't know. And some of them when I just watch, I'm just like, ooh, they're a little cringe, but I think it's funny, and I think people could relate to that as well because like they may look at me and think that I'm more like serious, and I'm not really like, you know, like silly like that. So during the pandemic, that's when I started doing it, when TikTok became really popular with the dances. And my mom lived with me for a little while in my townhouse. And, you know, she was like obviously unemployed at the time because of COVID. So I would like throw my mom in a lot of these dances. So my mom just recently like actually said, she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did these dances with you. She's like, I look terrible. How'd you make me do this? So I actually laughed because I would like force her to do them with me. So I'd say like those dances that I used to do, the ones that were really trendy, were a lot of fun. I did them like I did some multiple times, which like I don't know. And some of them when I just watch, I'm just like, ooh, they're a little cringe, but I think it's funny, and I think people could relate to that as well because like they may look at me and think that I'm more like serious, and I'm not really like, you know, like silly like that. So during the pandemic, that's when I started doing it, when TikTok became really popular with the dances. And my mom lived with me for a little while in my townhouse. And, you know, she was like obviously unemployed at the time because of COVID. So I would like throw my mom in a lot of these dances. So my mom just recently like actually said, she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did these dances with you. She's like, I look terrible. How'd you make me do this? So I actually laughed because I would like force her to do them with me. So I'd say like those dances that I used to do, the ones that were really trendy, were a lot of fun. I did them like I did some multiple times, which like I don't know. And some of them when I just watch, I'm just like, ooh, they're a little cringe, but I think it's funny, and I think people could relate to that as well because like they may look at me and think that I'm more like serious, and I'm not really like, you know, like silly like that. So during the pandemic, that's when I started doing it, when TikTok became really popular with the dances. And my mom lived with me for a little while in my townhouse. And, you know, she was like obviously unemployed at the time because of COVID. So I would like throw my mom in a lot of these dances. So my mom just recently like actually said, she was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did these dances with you. She's like, I look terrible. How'd you make
All right, we are back, guys. Friday Night Smackdown live stream. And again, friendly reminder, if you've not already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Sharing is caring. Share the stream as we get into the final, 20-ish minutes for SmackDown. Been an amazing SmackDown tonight, too. And we still got the street fight between Queen Nia and Mia. We'll see what Tiffany Stratton does. Big open palms here by Carmelo and Andrade. Oh. Oh! Big roaring elbow there. Mm-mm. Well, this could have easily been the main event. This is great.
Did I miss the
Who's that right here?
the fake kick into the back elbow where he like takes his head off?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's nasty.
Ooh,
I think that's it. Mello got it.
he did. That's
Mello,
it.
When Mello hits, Mello don't miss.
So we've got 25 minutes left.
God.
I mean, you're right. Carmelo
He ate that.
Carmelo needed the win.
Wow.
Clean victory. And you would think the next logical choice would be LA Knight after this. Oh, here we go. Main event time.
Oh, I thought you said it was Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax in a street fight.
Oh, no.
It's Meechin. That's right.
Yeah, Meechin about came out of her top. Woo!
That was danger close.
Yeah. Just make it another 20 minutes. That's all we ask. Oh, the champ's coming out first.
Yeah, surprising considering you got attacked from behind the last time. Who's to say that's not going to happen again?
Easily, this is the best Nia's looked in her career. In terms of a believability standpoint, she's not the greatest in the ring, but she has gotten drastically better. I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy that the Nia's at this point now. It is interesting unless something changes in this street fight. Have not seen Bailey since SummerSlam.
Yeah, we got to get Bailey back on TV.
Oh man, I don't. Hopefully, she's not hurt again. Are we seriously going to another freaking commercial?
We got another commercial.
All right, guys, we're going to commercial yet again. We will be back.
One of those bookings that just kind of happened, and then, we all, put our creative minds together and, kind of just added on different things from the worm to the, to the Michael Jackson to the, to the dancing part of Too Cool, and we kind of made it our own when we came out for the first time together, and then tried something different at the end, where usually you see a wrestler, they win, they raise their hand, the referee, boom, the music hits, they're out. And so we just, man, why don't we try something different? How about they raise their hand? They go to raise their hand, but we turn that whole place into a nightclub. Have the lights dimmed down from fireworks go, and then we just bust a move. Let's just, try something together. We don't dance. Well, we can just try it and see if it works. And by the time we tried it, you already know, Too Cool and Rikishi's born then. One of those bookings that just kind of happened, and then, we all, put our creative minds together and, kind of just added on different things from the worm to the, to the Michael Jackson to the, to the dancing part of Too Cool, and we kind of made it our own when we came out for the first time together, and then tried something different at the end, where usually you see a wrestler, they win, they raise their hand, the referee, boom, the music hits, they're out. And so we just, man, why don't we try something different? How about they raise their hand? They go to raise their hand, but we turn that whole place into a nightclub. Have the lights dimmed down from fireworks go, and then we just bust a move. Let's just, try something together. We don't dance. Well, we can just try it and see if it works. And by the time we tried it, you already know, Too Cool with Rikishi's born then. One of those bookings that just kind of happened, and then, we all, put our creative minds together and, kind of just added on different things from the worm to the
WWE was my developmental. And I think a lot of people thought that was like a dig at WWE or an insult towards them, but it wasn't. Because I believe that WWE set me up for this run right now. It taught me all the things that I need to know to be the number one guy on the indies. So if anybody says like, oh, he's just an ex-WWE guy, I'm fucking proud of that. I was there for over a decade, did a lot of fucking cool things. I believe I changed the business with Z True Long Island Story. I maybe when I die, I'll finally get credit for it. But, I'm not insulted by that ex-WWE guy. And you never know. Maybe one day I will end my career there. I always thought I would be a WWE lifer, but I needed to get released. I needed to go away. It needed to happen, and it did. And now look, 2022, independent wrestler. I don't care. That's WWE was my developmental. And I think a lot of people thought that was like a dig at WWE or an insult towards them, but it wasn't. Because I believe that WWE set me up for this run right now. It taught me all the things that I need to know to be the number one guy on the indies. So if anybody says like, oh, he's just an ex-WWE guy, I'm fucking proud of that. I was there for over a decade, did a lot of fucking cool things. I believe I changed the business with Z True Long Island Story. I maybe when I die, I'll finally get credit for it. But, I'm not insulted by that ex-WWE guy. And you never know. Maybe one day I will end my career there. I always thought I would be a WWE lifer, but I needed to get released. I needed to go away. It needed to happen, and it did. And now look, 2022, independent wrestler. I don't care.
All right, guys, we are back here. Main event time, Friday Night Smackdown, Street Fight, Nia Jax versus Michin. Craig pops in. It's main event time. Also, Iron Man match for the TNA Heavyweight Championship. Nick Nemeth versus Josh Alexander. Time to see who's going to take home the gold and who's going to be victorious here on SmackDown. Brett popping back in.
I feel like as a kid, I loved Iron Man matches, the few and far in between as I was growing up. But now that I even try to watch them back, enduring them now, I just want to get to the end. No disrespect. I just want to get to the end.
There is a lot of, I don't know, maybe it's just the era in which we watched it and grew up in. There is a large amount of people in today's wrestling community that feel the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart Iron Man match is overrated.
I know exactly when and where I was when I watched that. And that was very memorable. But again, watching it now, they just are hard to sit there for an hour and stay all in.
Do you think, as we are here today, do you think it is still the greatest Iron Man match that has happened? I think from a storytelling perspective, it is unmatched.
Sure.
Because of how important that one fall was.
Yeah, I mean, that story really couldn't be topped with that. I have always been a fan personally in that type of match that we're not 2 out of 3 falls. We could get 3 to 4, 3 to 5. Like, maybe that's a bit much, but again, I'm all about the numbers. So I'm not saying there's one that was better because I don't think there was. But there's been a few that were entertaining.
Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle come to mind. That's a really good one.
Yeah. Always those guys.
I think Cena and Orton had the most. I think they had the best modern day take, because if you were the heel and you were up, you'd run and stall for time. Which is exactly what Orton did. He had Cena chase him around the ring.
Sure.
So, I mean, I think that was probably the second best story they told in Iron Man match.
That's beef Orton.
It's a grade A steak. SmackDown moves to USA Network next Friday, I think.
I think so too.
Good call, Craig. Well, they've done a tremendous job of cutting down the time for this match. We went from 20 minutes down to under 15.
Yeah. We'll probably get a solid 12.
Oh, yeah, a Meechin promo. That's what I was hoping to get Friday night. Tiffany just bops her with the briefcase.
I mean, it's a street fight. Why not?
I really don't know what to make of this. Did they get that shopping cart from Walmart?
Hey, can't be paying anybody those royalties.
Yeah, God, don't get Walmart money, please. I mean, I like the sell job here. Nia not really. Well, she wasn't going to sell anything until she starts getting whipped with that kendo.
We're definitely getting pretty deadly and Tiffany out here.
Oh, I mean, I know 100% we're getting Tiffany.
We have to get a Tiffany attempt. God. Was that for Becky?
I thought she was going to hit her in the face. I'm like, damn. Cool for what they were trying to do, though. That was a good.
That's okay.
Respectfully, I would like to see that move done on somebody a little bit more athletic and see how it turns out. That is a really good spot there, that Hurricane Rana.
Not too bad. Water.
Well, we're almost done here. Like I said, they've done a great job of milking this down to.
Oh, they're going to another commercial for sure. You can bet on that.
I thought they're pulling out a ladder. Oh.
Ow.
Nia's very gentle with a kendo swing. Oh, that's good heat. That's good heat. Put the table back.
Not today. I'm on board for it. That was good.
Oh. I honestly thought she was going to do a running Hurricane Rana attempt. You're right. Another freaking commercial.
And then it's all good. They're just getting everything in place off screen.
Think we get a big finish here if we get a commercial break like right now?
Oof. Maybe through a table. That's about it.
If we get the cash in?
No.
No. That'd be crazy, right?
I'm telling you.
Mania?
No, I was gonna say it's gotta be Charlotte beating Nia and Tiffany immediately cashing in. It has to. That's the only way Charlotte can be traded.
But that's the thing. Like, they do that with Charlotte all the time. Like,
Yeah, poor
they hot shot a
That's
title on her. Oh, Charlotte won. Oh, you know, it's a great way to get the other person cheered to have them beat Charlotte. She's already won, a 90-time champion.
apparently you said she passed Blair, so
Well, they had to take some of them away. Like, they don't honor some of her runs anymore because she, I think, would have been in the 20s. Like, they got hot potato, like, especially when her and Sasha had that angle going. They flipped that belt like 5 times back and forth in a month. Every week was a new champion.
oh yeah. I forgot about that.
I mean, they had that forgettable Hell in a Cell match, which,
If you're talking about when they had the red cage or the red fences, that was
yeah, the pack and play.
bearable to watch.
It looked like it was taking place in a Target shopping cart.
Shout out Target.
The Target. No, that red Hell in a Cell is an eyesore. Or I mean, too much. So we'll be under 9 minutes when we get back. And really, I don't think this is going to be that bad of a match either. I kind of would have liked to see it play out. It's unfortunate that that's not the case, but
Yeah, we can't even get a picture-in-picture.
bro, they didn't even give Edge commercial free for his final match in the company. But they probably knew he was heading to AEW, so they're like, "Ah, screw you, dude." Instead, we get to watch Bryce Harper commercials. I mean, that's one way to make me want to watch Nia Jax. Oop. We just saw evening. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Marcos? Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're doing well out there. Just catching the final, 7 minutes or so of SmackDown. Oh, Nia's for sure going through that table. 100%.
Okay.
Have you ever taken that spot with an extinguisher?
I'm not taking an extinguisher. Are you kidding me? My father said, you do what you want, bud, but I don't think you want to be breathing any of that stuff in.
Well, okay, that's fair too.
I said, I'll hold my breath. He said, I still don't think that's a good idea. So I'm just going to go with that. And I opted out of those. Pretty sure I got somebody grabbed like a real thin one and tried to just be like, oh, we're going to use it to like, but
Pop it.
it will be safe. And it was like, love the hell out of me with that thing.
I will say I do like Meechan's offense.
Oh, she can go for sure.
Going for a DDT. Yeah, I'll give this to Nia. Like, Nia does take a lot of athletic maneuvers. Like, she takes moves that, like, for somebody her size, you'd be like little trepidation to take those moves, regardless of the skill level of the opponent you're in the ring with.
See, I always thought that maybe she would give that aura where she just very rarely ever bumped.
You know what I thought would have
Really
been
did.
what I would have liked to have seen, but again, it's a very long-term storytelling, and you need the perfect individual for this. You get a big guy, they don't bump for a year. No one takes them off their feet.
Yeah. Omos. Where's he been at?
Nobody gives a shit.
I'm just throwing one out there that comes to mind.
I said good. How did you misconstrue good and Omos in the same sentence?
I just thought I had one there for you.
No, God, not him. That guy would fuck up a wet dream. But the problem is, like, you're right. Like, there's nobody else that's like massive on the roster. That Braun, now Braunstrom, if that would have been like the gimmick when he first came in, that would have been believable. Nobody could bump that dude.
He kind of did get that, I think, for the year that he was with the Wyatt family. But he didn't do a whole lot either.
It's weird to go back and look at young Braun.
Yeah. Definitely is.
Whoa! Oh! Oh! Folded her up.
No,
Wait!
it's the fake cash.
No, here we go. Here comes Tiffany. Is she gonna? Oh, she's hitting Meechin. Is she gonna do it? She's thinking about it. Niall's like, what are you doing?
Jeez.
1, 2. Oh, kick out.
No, you have another table to take out. Come on, man. You know this.
Bailey's back.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm good with that.
I'm hyped to see Bailey back.
Oh,
Oh, oh, oh. Oh,
real life stuff.
they got the camera off that real quick.
It literally wrapped around her foot.
Oh, they got to be going home soon. Oh, yeah, that ought to do it. Is she still going to hit the Annihilator?
She doesn't need to at this point. Good
She's going to do it.
Oh, you don't say.
Oh, oh no. Oh,
God.
damn. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll finish the match. I mean, from 1 to 10, that's like a 9.5 on creativity in the match. Oh, let's throw tables on her. That's nice.
Oh, no.
And trash can lids.
Let's make sure she's okay.
Yeah, let's just write her off TV at this point.
Wow.
Good Lord. Nia retains. I mean, it wasn't really a shocker on that, but good match. Great finish. That was a great finish. I love the Tiffany spot. I love we get Bailey back. Good episode. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this live stream of Friday Night Smackdown. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Hopefully, everybody has a good time and enjoys the rest of their evening. And we will see you on the next episode, guys. Take care.